Imagine your favorite social media app suddenly vanishing, not because you stopped using it, but because the government decided it was a threat to national security. Sounds like the plot of a dystopian novel, right? But for TikTok, a platform with over 170 million monthly users in the U.S., this isn't fiction, it's reality. Today, we unravel the suspenseful legal battle of TikTok Inc. v. Garland, a case that sits at the intersection of free speech, data privacy, and national security. Is this a necessary step to protect Americans, or an overreach threatening the principles of the First Amendment? Stay with us as we dig into this controversial and consequential case. TikTok, the addictive short video app owned by ByteDance, a company headquartered in China, is no stranger to controversy. Its algorithm, designed to keep users scrolling, has made it a global phenomenon. But beneath the platform's playful dances and viral trends lies a brewing storm of national security concerns. In 2024, Congress passed the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act. This law identifies TikTok as a foreign adversary-controlled application, effectively barring its operation unless ByteDance divests its ownership. Why? U.S. officials argue that TikTok is a gateway for China's government to collect massive amounts of data on American users and potentially manipulate content to influence public opinion. But TikTok, alongside its creators and supporters, isn't backing down. The app's parent company, ByteDance, claims the act is unconstitutional, violating First Amendment rights and stifling free expression on a platform where millions share their voices. The stakes? A global tech giant's survival, the future of digital free speech, and the extent of governmental power over foreign-owned companies operating in the U.S. In the courtroom, both sides presented their narratives with fervor. The government argued that TikTok's data collection practices, including sensitive user information like browsing history, geolocation, and behavioral data, pose a significant risk. Intelligence reports highlighted that the Chinese Communist Party could compel ByteDance to hand over vast amounts of user data, including sensitive personal information such as geolocation, behavioral patterns, and browsing histories, under Chinese national security laws. Additionally, these reports suggested that the party could influence TikTok's powerful recommendation algorithm to prioritize content that aligns with its political agenda, potentially shaping public opinion on issues like Taiwan, human rights, or U.S. foreign policy. This alarming capability, according to experts, extends beyond censorship and into the realm of covert influence campaigns designed to undermine democratic discourse. TikTok countered with its proposed national security agreement, designed to address these concerns. The plan included isolating U.S. user data on servers managed by Oracle, with Oracle acting as a trusted third party to oversee data storage and processing. Regular audits were proposed to ensure compliance with data security protocols, and an operational structure was designed to grant TikTok's U.S. subsidiary greater independence from ByteDance, including restrictions on ByteDance's access to sensitive systems and the implementation of rigorous monitoring measures. Despite these measures, the government wasn't convinced, citing lack of trust in ByteDance's continued influence over the platform. Amid these proceedings, the First Amendment loomed large. TikTok's lawyers argued that banning the app amounted to censorship, cutting off a unique medium for speech and creativity. They emphasized that the government's actions targeted TikTok specifically, raising concerns about discrimination and selective enforcement. Meanwhile, the government insisted that national security, a compelling interest, justified its actions. When the gavel fell, the D.C. Circuit Court upheld the act, ruling against TikTok and its allies. The court's opinion, delivered by Senior Circuit Judge Ginsburg, found that the act passed constitutional muster under strict scrutiny. The government's national security concerns, the court reasoned, were not only compelling but also meticulously substantiated through years of investigation. The ruling emphasized that the act was narrowly tailored to address these concerns without unduly suppressing speech. By requiring divestiture rather than outright banning TikTok, Congress had crafted a solution that balanced security with free expression. The court also highlighted the potential risks of foreign adversaries influencing U.S. discourse, a danger it deemed too significant to ignore. The decision leaned heavily on legal precedents that shape the boundaries of national security and free speech. One key case was Holder Visa's Humanitarian Law Project, where the Supreme Court upheld restrictions on providing support to foreign organizations designated as terrorist groups, emphasizing the government's need to act decisively in matters of national security. Similarly, in Trump v. Hawaii, the court ruled in favor of the executive's travel ban targeting predominantly Muslim countries, affirming deference to the political branches when national security risks are cited. But this ruling isn't without its critics. Many argue that it establishes a slippery slope. If an app like TikTok can be restricted based on speculative threats, what prevents the government from targeting other platforms with foreign ties? This could discourage foreign investment in the U.S. tech sector and create a fragmented global internet where geopolitical tensions dictate user access. On the other hand, supporters see this as a vital step in safeguarding sensitive user data and thwarting potential influence campaigns. The Act's narrow focus on foreign adversaries could serve as a model for addressing similar challenges with minimal disruption to domestic rights and operations. This duality highlights the broader stakes of the case, forcing policymakers and courts to carefully weigh security against innovation and freedom. But the implications of this case extend far beyond TikTok. It sets a precedent for how the U.S. regulates foreign-owned technology companies. Critics worry this opens the door to overreach, potentially chilling innovation and setting a dangerous example for other nations to follow. What happens when a government starts banning apps it deems threatening? Will other platforms with foreign ties face similar scrutiny? Or does this mark the beginning of a more secure digital landscape? As TikTok's fate hangs in the balance, so too does the delicate equilibrium between national security and individual rights. This case forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. How far should a government go to protect its citizens? And at what cost to the freedoms that define us? While the court's ruling may have brought legal clarity, the ethical and societal debates are far from over. We leave you with this. Is the government's action a bold step towards safeguarding national interests or a slippery slope towards censorship? The answer, like the case itself, remains open for interpretation. Don't forget to subscribe to AI on the Bench for more stories. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep questioning.